Hey. So it's day 26 of the best start guide, and I'm coming in right at the reset this time because I wanted to get some stuff done before it disappeared. I'm experiencing just a little bit of the FOMO, and I wanted to make sure I collected just enough from the events that I didn't completely lock myself out of the possibility of getting the 5-star blessing for our main lady, Zenogre Blade Master, or Zenogre Blade Master, however it's pronounced. Does anybody know? I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that know it. Again, it depends on whether this is like supposed to be pronounced the Japanese way of Zenogre, or would it be like Zin Ogre? I want to say Zin Ogre because it's got ogre in it. Zin Ogre, I assume Zin Ogre is like a big kind of ogre monster wolfy thing. But anyway, uh, so I got a list. So here's what's on the list. We've got, and I wrote it down because man, I forget so much stuff. I meant to do some of this in yesterday's video or earlier today because it's the same day for me. I'm still awake, but I want to do a Prism Shard because you know what? The Prism Shard is going to be something good for this account. We started 25 days ago and we have very little in the way of epics and like almost no legendaries. And while it would be neat to get a legendary, uh, it it's not required. I'm going to be really happy with just about whatever we could pull. So let's go ahead and look at what we got, and then I'll get back to the whole Zenogre thing because of course I had her open like I was going to talk about her, but we are going to get to the other stuff in order. But basically, this is the order that I'm going to do stuff in. So you have kind of a crash course sense on what I'm doing. This isn't one of the crash course ones. I'm just going to do a couple of things in game, and it's probably going to be a short one. This video is probably going to be in two parts actually, because I'm probably just going to do these four things. I'm probably going to do the Prism Shard. I'm going to get some blessings finally, because we do have some blessings that we can acquire. It could turn out to be nothing, but we're going to pull them now, and we're going to see what we get. So I'm going to pull the Prism Shard. I'm going to pull the souls. Then we're going to go to the monster path and see what kind of stuff we can get up to. And finally, I want to see what we've acquired so far in the Titan event. And that's probably all I want to do. And then I'll be back tomorrow morning for the clan boss reset. Come to think of it, is the clan boss reset thing uh, here already? Out of curiosity. Just, do I have a key yet? And of course, I can check it right here. I do have a key. How we doing? Do we want to run this key now? We got 4 hours before we have to use the key. And we're at 9.5 million. So we should have no trouble reaching it. But you know what? It'd be great to 6-star Sun Wukong. I'd love to make that number 5 on the list, come to think of it. 6-star Sun Wukong. That is next. I'm either going to do that tonight or I'm going to get to it tomorrow morning. Very exciting time. We'll have our second 6-star on the account. For now, ooh, we got something in the referral program again too. Hey, look at that. We got a Void Shard. Shardio rocks. Shardio rocks. You know that? Shardio rocks. You rock. How do you like them? Do you like apples? How do you like them apples? So let's get to this thing. This is first on the list. These are the champions that are available. And I'd say, look, we can make a prayer to RNGesus that we get one of the 6 Legos. Any of these 6 Legos would, of course, be amazing, particularly if we got the limited edition one. I guess if the sky wants to open up and you want to drop out 77 virgins or whatever the equivalent is for, like, the perfect gift from heaven, the perfect gift of the afterlife, it would be Nergigante Archer. This would be like number 1, RNGesus. If you're feeling super generous today, please give us her. She looks just completely busted. I mean, the way everything works. I'm not even gonna go over it yet. It's so amazing. I worry if I go over it now, I'll just crash the machine. That's how amazing she is. So we're if If you're feeling slightly less generous, RNGesus, give us any Lego. Um, some in particular who could be useful are Theodore the Savant. He's a poisoner that would make Kale look like a joke in Clan Boss. I don't know what I'd do because the thing is, Kale is going to be in our first five regardless of what happens. So, but Theodore the Savant is an amazing poisoner. We got an amazing healer in Oella. Would not mind any of these champions really. Like Countess Lix would be a lot of fun to be using in the arena. She has this way of like cutting in because of her passive, so she can just sort of, where is it even? I guess it's this one. Fills the champion's turn meter um, each time an ally receives a debuff. So they debuff your party, and suddenly she just comes right in and like, I'm gonna take a turn now. So she'd be a lot of fun. I actually I've never got a Countess Lix before, and I always kind of wanted her. Whereas I have on my main account, I do have this guy, I do have this gal. I did the fusion to get her. I didn't get lucky. I just did the fusion. But there's a lot of talent here in the Legos. This is the one we want, RNGesus. And honestly, I'm more expecting an epic. But if it's an epic, could you please make it either any of these three? I think these are my three favorites on the list. We got Fenax. If you've ever seen my live arena fights, you know I love Fenax. He's like my favorite epic. He's seriously so good. I mean, he's got two hits on the A1 if there's any debuffs on them, and he'll just block revive. He's completely amazing in PvE and PvP. So my number one pick would be Fenax. My number two pick would probably be, we'll call it a two-way tie. We got Lady Annabelle. She's got all kinds of great ways of staying alive. She's kind of like a sexy female version of Burengiri. And then we got Stag Knight. This guy's the real deal. He's just really good at everything. He's got decreased speed. He's got decreased attack. He's got decreased defense. He's got increased accuracy that he can also like kind of spread throughout the party. So that said, RNGesus, make us proud. Here to no, I almost forgot. I forgot about this last time I did a shard pull too. So I gotta. It's me, Shardio. RNGesus, please give us the archer. I hope that's not too racist. So here we go. What are we getting? It's an epic, and it's Neldor Rhymeblade. I actually have no experience with this guy. I don't think I have him on any other account. Whenever an ally places a freeze debuff, this champion has a 30% chance to attack the target with their default skill, which attacks 3 times, has a chance of placing freeze for a turn. Well, that's very interesting. So this guy's obviously a hard Fire Knight champion. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing decreased speed. So he's got a nice AoE here with some good utility in it. And attacks 4 times. Well, this is actually pretty lucky, I'd say. I mean, I'm going to take a look around again. And I'm going to say, you know what? This guy, is he even on the list? Where is he? Okay, he's way up here. This guy is looking like he's seriously going to be a good carry for Fire Knight, and we are going to need help with Fire Knight. I'm sure glad we didn't get this guy. Good God, what a terrible champion. Um, so that's thing one on the list. That's that excitement done. So let's get to the blessings. So I want a blessing for Kale at the very least. You know what? First, let's check the soul merchants. You never know what's already going to be there. Anything that can help us at all. I mean, they've got one for Valerie, but I don't have any immediate plans to build Valerie. Soulbond Boyer is cool, but we don't have her, so I'm not going to invest in a soul that we don't need. Skull Crown would be amazing. Skull Crown is just always, she's like the goat. of campaign farmers. The greatest of all time campaign farmer has to be her. But we don't have her, and if we do get her, we can always wait around for Soul to appear. So that said, let's take a look at who we can get. Now, we only have 2 legendaries at the moment. I suppose I could go ahead and summon Zinogre just to put her here, but honestly, the 2x on top of like 500 different souls that you can get, it's almost pointless. So I'm not going to bother. And instead, I'm going to save summoning Zinogre and Jamarsa for the next CVC, so we can get some nice easy points, or the next champion chase tournament. They might help in a champion chase tournament. I chose these champions before I got any new epics, and now that we have a couple more, I'm actually wondering if instead of a Tor and Gorlos, we maybe want this guy, because honestly, Rhineblade, I really like the look of his kit. Just that cursory glance, it sounds like he's going to be awesome against any level of Fire Knight. Like hard Fire Knight's barely a consideration right now because we're just not going to be there for a while. We may not get there for a year, but even regular Fire Knight, I think he's going to be good. So I'm going to put him on the list. Tagore, has to be on the list. And is Hoskarol the last one? Because you know what? Taurus is a really interesting champion. He puts a bunch of poisons. He practically drenches the enemy team in poisons. Um, which is neat. I'm still going to go with Hoskarol. I really like him. So Hoskarol, you're on the list. And finally, the rares. There's a lot to choose from. I definitely want Kale just because he's the guy we're building first. I'm pretty sure one of our first 10, if not one of our first 5 6-star units, is going to be Apothecary. So he'll be on the list. And really, I think War Maiden is the other one that makes sense. War Maiden's just so useful. She's probably going to make it into a lot of teams. I'm happy with these 3. I'm going to go with them. It's not like I've got that much to pull anyway. We got 5 Mortal Soul Stones, and we got 1 Immortal Soul Stone. So let's see what we get. I'm going to pull the big one first. RNGesus, please give us something good that's actually useful. The sad thing about this mode is, of course, what do we get, first of all? It's Basilisk, somebody we do not have. And this is the saddest thing about this, is that honestly, if you have the kind of account that has every champion, then this becomes really cool, because you're going to get something that's going to help some champion. Maybe it'll make you build a champion that you had in the vault. But for us here, what are the chances we get anything useful? So we got Magus. Probably never going to build Magus. Come on, RNG. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a Lego. Oh my god, it's Sun Wukong. What were the chances of that? I mean, I guess twice as much as your standard whatever. Well, wow. Thank you, RNGesus. You gave us the win. That's super cool. I can't believe we actually got something useful. I was totally expecting to strike out. RNGesus, still give us one for Kale. Although honestly, we could probably just wait for the one in the shop to show up. Hey, Abyssal. We have Abyssal. Abyssal's a really solid unit. I'll take it. So we got 2 left. And it's Skathix. Very interesting. He's a decent epic. It's too bad we don't have him. So what's our last guy? Hey, look at that. It's Diabolist. That's really cool. We got this is actually absurdly lucky, honestly. If we look at our soul collection, we got 3 champions out of the 6 that we pulled. Out of the paltry sum of champions we actually have. We just don't even have that many. So let's go ahead and activate them right now. All right, so we can awaken Sun Wukong. Let's just go ahead and do it. Here we go. So he's got We also have to pick a blessing for him. Um, Not even sure what it would be. You know what? I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Why don't you guys give me a sense of what you think should be the best blessing for Sun Wukong? I'm going to go ahead and put this on Diabolist. Diabolist, I'm probably going to give her. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I could give her. I have to take a look. Honestly, usually with rares, we go with Cold Touch or Phantom Touch because it gives you a chance at inflicting bonus damage. There's kind of nothing to dislike. Um, a lot of the other ones are kind of like she's not a healer. We can get Faultless Defense in case she takes multi hits, but honestly, the Phantom Touch is probably the way to go. Particularly since I do tend to put her in my Fire Knight team. She might not still be in the Fire Knight team. I don't know. You can let me know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think I should do with the blessings? Um, I I will consider your advice. I'm gonna hold off on placing it. Too much excitement. We got to get to the next one. So there's the monster path. Um, let's go take a look. So I've been busy in the tavern. I'm actually actively trying to 6-star Sun Wukong. We're at 11,450. I think what I needed to do is get to 1200. For Sun Wukong, I've got this chicken. I decided I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this guy. Maybe I'll remove that stuff first. But I still need one more 5-star chicken. Uh, I don't know if I want to sacrifice Shield Guard. I've been having too much fun with him. I still reserve the right to build him. But for now, let's just go to the event. So we can take a look at the monster path. This may all not matter. Right now, the consideration is, do I have the ability to somehow get that 5-star soul for Zinogre Blade Master? And I think no, there's no way. Because here's what's coming up. Tomorrow, 6 hours from now, they're doing the summon rush, and I'd be willing to wager that we just don't have it. I mean, we got 2 void shards and 2 ancient shards and 500 mystery shards. That's it. So point wise, this would be maybe 240 points. This would be maybe another 40. So that's like 280 points. It'd be damn near 900 points is what we'd have. And the amount of points we're going to need, probably something like 3,500 at the very least. So there's no way. And really, because these events only allow you to miss about 250, I think is the total number of points. And we're going to miss 200 right here. There's no way I'm getting this 200. So if it's any more than 50 that we're missing in the summon rush, there's just no way of completing it at all. That's the sense that I'm getting. So I could go for so what is this? I think this is 1250. This is 1250. So 1250 plus 1250 is 2,500. This is 3,500, so total 6,000. And it's the same thing on the other side, right? So basically, we need to hit 12,000. So I'm going to take these, and we've got our points. And we just need another 6,000 to do this. So I'm going to need to do some fancy footwork in the tavern, because I think I can easily get the last of those points just by making the final piece of food for Sun Wukong. I think that's all I got to do. But what to sacrifice? I mean, also we could just throw in some other. Oh man, I keep getting force champions. I'm really running low on force brews. I got to use the other ones. Um, so we only need like 500 points just to clear the event. Anyway, I could do that. So maybe Sun Wukong will be tomorrow. I mean, we could even do the kind of silly thing where you go, okay, you know what? Even though I normally I hate doing this because this is so wasteful. It's just you get extra points for this. Let's say how many brews? Like you can dump in 8 brews, and it's so painful because look at that number. This is like a third of our brews. But you can do that with your food. And if we go down to the events, we're about 200 points shy. So yeah, I think we'll have no problem reaching it. But I'm gonna take a look around. I'm gonna figure that out tomorrow. So for the Titan event, what are we getting? I guess I wanted the points for the Titan events. Fine. Fine. I will go for the points now. All right. So we'll head back to the tavern. Upgrade rank of something. Do we have any green champions? We could take her. We could give a brew. We don't have any twos, do we? Okay. Go to the market. We'll grab a couple twos, like this cheapie and this cheapie. Nice. We have 2 cheapies. Awesome. Perfect. Go to the tavern. We'll upgrade her to here. And I've already been leveling these, so it looks like I need to make a bunch of 3s, in fact. That is awkward. Maybe I'll just do a 10 pull, do some champ training. We could get... how close are we? 58.39. Okay. I am really... I'm just going to do it this way. We're going to take... What do we get from 1 brew? We get 8 levels? That's 100 points. I'm just going to do it. I can't stand it, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see me struggling to do this in 10 minutes. I'm just going to use this. We got the points. We just made it north of 6,000. I'll take the energy. I'll take this. And it's the book. And the points. So we've collected 80 points. I think I got 30 points from Dragon earlier. So we can go to the Lunar Titan event, and we have just enough for the entire first sheet. So this is what we're getting with all those points. I complained the other day because honestly, I had just come off the fusion, and I don't enjoy doing these events. I find them stressful. How do you guys feel about them? Having this time limit, really having to churn out all kinds of stuff. I don't like having to spend resources on stuff that it doesn't make sense to spend resources on. We got these Mortal Soul coins. Um, we might even be able to pull another soul. I should go back and check. And here, 3-star chicken. That's going to help us get that Sun Wukong. Rare book is always good. I might leave some of the rest of this stuff here just to collect it a little bit later. But yeah, it's that FOMO. I mean, I'm looking at this, and we worked so hard for this champion, and it's like, okay, here's another 2 weeks of stuff, and it's an exhausting thing to think about. But at the same time, if we got this soul, she would instantly become probably the best champion on this account for the duration of the 6 months or the year that we're working on this. It is unlikely we're going to get a soul this good. I can't believe we got a soul for Sun Wukong though. That's nuts. That's just completely nuts. That's so lucky. It's ridiculous. I mean, he's even here on the banner. It's like it's like your Jesus really is watching over me. I gotta say. So thank you, Jesus, for that victory today. When I come back in the second half, we will see if it's even possible to pursue that 5-star soul. And honestly, I hope to God that it's not, so that I can put it out of my mind and not have any guilt over having missed it. So that's about all I've got for this. We'll call this a half episode. How long have we been running for? 25 minutes. Yeah. So that's all I got for this half of the episode. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with this Sun Wukong blessing. I mean, there's a lot that I could do with it. Lightning Cage is tempting. We also have to bear in mind I probably want one that's going to have the increase attack by 500 because that's going to be a just a massive boost to his stat. Like right now it's 1600. That's like an extra 25% on that. That's just a massive boost to his attack. Just a crazy thing to get. So please let me know in the comments. What do you think I should do with the blessing for Sun Wukong? What should I do with the blessing for Diabolist? And while we're at it, for Kale, I'd almost certainly go with Phantom Touch, honestly. But what do you guys think? Is Phantom Touch the right choice for Kale? Is Phantom Touch the right choice for Diabolist? And what do we do with Sun Wukong? That said, thanks for stopping by. See y'all on the next video. Take care of yourselves.